is absolutely freezing this morning. The wind is blowing like crazy. It's miserable out here, but that is not going to stop us from dropping Shorty today. So we installed the McGaughy's Deluxe kit on this truck, which is a multi-level kit, 2 to 4, 4 to 6, 5 to 7, or mix match it however you want. Now we opted for the 4 to 6 drop because I figured that would give it a nice low look, but not interfere with our 4-wheel drive system. And up front, I'm pretty happy with it. Perfect world, I would say maybe an inch lower, but overall, I am pretty content with it. Now the rear of the truck, I just am not. It's still got a lot of that rake going on, especially on this passenger side, because this truck, like all of them, do have the classic Chevy lean going on, where they sit lower on the driver's side. And this kit does not account for that. So it's a little bit higher on the passenger, but even here on the driver's side, it's just got too much wheel gap going on. So honestly, we should have just left our factory shackles in and dropped this thing 4 to 7 inches, but this is my first lower truck. I had no idea. So we went with the flip kit and the replacement shackles, sitting this thing at 6 inches, and it just doesn't sit right. So today we're going to be throwing our factory shackle mounts back in there, setting this thing at 4 to 7 inches, and hopefully it makes me like it a lot more, because as of right now with the 285 40 22s, there's just too much wheel gap, too much rake going on. It just does not look right. So like I said, let's throw our factory shackle mounts back in there and hopefully get this thing sitting a lot more proper. All right, so first thing we gotta do is take our shackle loose, which is a 13/16. The weight is off. Okay, let's think before I do this. Truck is on jack stands. Okay, we're not gonna drop it on ourselves. All right. So if I can get our factory shackle to freaking come out of there. I totally forgot when I was installing this socket got stuck on there and it pissed me off. So I said, screw it. And I just left that mug on there. She's still there. Now I'm gonna go ahead and remove these 4 bolts that are holding the McGaughy's shackle bracket in. So here's our McGaughy's bracket. Here's our factory bracket. As you can tell, it's basically flipped. I don't know if this is actually gonna lower it any, because this is higher. I don't know if my brain's just not working, or if it is working, we're gonna have to do drop shackles with this. And I don't know why the instructions said to leave the, I don't know. Either way, I'm gonna throw that one in there, tighten it down. We're gonna drop this thing and see how it sits and go from there. We just gotta take a moment to appreciate these shocks. They're probably the best looking ones I've ever had. And on this truck, you never see them. So kind of a shame, but I do really like that silver, black, and red. Definitely looks good. Just got done bolting up our factory shackles and shackle mount, as you can see right there. So now it's time for the moment of truth. Let's find out if we just wasted a bunch of time or if we actually did lower it. I honestly don't really know. It kind of wasn't processing in my mind how it was going to affect it, just because the flip looked like it would be more with the other on there. Oh my gosh. Yo, that dropped it like substantial. Let's check our freaking clearances. Oh boy. All right, so I got our brake lines bent out of the way. Just needed a little massaging. Use this extension, pried down on the exhaust, got it a little bit closer to the pumpkin. See our bump stop there. I mean, there's a solid inch between bump stop and frame. If we start bottoming out, I'll go ahead and maybe cut one of the rings off. Our drive shaft is like perfectly flat. We're looking pretty good. I'm just trying to eyeball anything if there's going to be any issues, because we definitely are lower, but we're looking good. So let's go ahead, take the jack stands out, drop this baby down. Obviously, we just had the truck jacked up real high. Haven't driven it, so maybe the suspension will sit down a little bit more in the front. But as of right now, it looks like it's maybe sitting a half an inch lower in the rear, which I know is going to make some people trip, but I think it looks so much better than having it raked. That looks good. I'm digging that. So now let's go ahead, take it for a drive, see if it settles any. And the big question, does it now ride like garbage? Let's go find out. Over before we miss our freaking, we're gonna slide in right behind this pretty looking F-150. But for the few people that were out there that were wondering, did we affect the ride of the truck going lower? Overall, no, but now we do occasionally bottom out. So once the truck settled, I did end up taking off one of the top rings of the bump stops because it was very close on the driver's side. But if we do hit a big divot in the road, you'll feel it bottom out or hit the bump stops. It's not super crazy harsh or anything. It's not like metal on metal. It is hitting the bump stop. But that is something that we didn't do before. And so now that we're sitting like an inch lower, we obviously don't have that much place. So it's getting to the point where you would want to notch it, but you don't have to. We have room. I mean, there's like 2-3 inches of gap between the frame and the axle. We just have a little bump stop in between. But yeah, this interstate right here is absolutely trash, and it's not throwing me out of the truck. It's not super buttery smooth either, but it's not throwing me out of the truck. So yeah, overall looks good, rides pretty much the same as it did before. I'm happy with it. All right guys, well here she is, nice and settled down now that we've been driving, and I think it pretty much came out perfectly level. Looks so much better to me now that it's not raked. Got a proper lowered look, but also not too low to where it's useless. Yeah, that was definitely the move. It was just kind of awkward looking before. I mean, it looked good in the front, like I said, but it was just awkward. Wasn't low enough. Now it looks freaking good. I'm stoked with it. Definitely got to go get an alignment ASAP because it's horrible, and I've been driving it too much. We're wearing out our front tires. You probably can actually see it at this point. Yeah, this lug is taller than this lug. That's cupping, and you don't want that because you'll ruin your tires. But we'll throw those on the back. We'll do some burnies and stuff, and we'll even them out. But yeah, we got to get alignment. But I don't know if I'm going to do that before the long tubes or not, because I am super excited for the long tube install. It's going to be so good. It's going to treat me right. This thing is so quiet, which is nice because you can be out here and do all kind of craziness if you want. And people really don't hear you. But when you get them long tubes on there, they're gonna be hearing you. But anyways, I'm going to quit rambling. Hopefully y'all did enjoy. Definitely comment down below. Let me know if you liked it before, you like it now, or if you liked it when it was freaking leveled. Like on the mud tires leveled. Because I still see those comments, which I understand. This is the first true lowered truck on the channel. And so that is a big change. But anyways, like I said, I'm gonna quit rambling. Hopefully y'all did enjoy. Comment down below. Let me know. See y'all in the next one.